In this session, we will be getting started with the SilkCentral Test Manager manual testing client. We will be covering launching the manual test client, executing a manual test, capturing the results of that test, and publishing the results of the tests back to SilkCentral Test Manager. To begin, you'll need to already have a test bundle set up with manual tests inside of them. In this example, I only have one manual test. We will begin executing this execution definition. And we'll then go to the activities page. Under the current executions, if you have a test execution definition that has manual tests inside of it, you will have a button under the actions column for launching the manual testing client through Java Web Start. If this is the first time that you have executed the manual test client, you may be prompted for a download. Once the manual testing client has launched, you can log in by going to File, Change User, and Log In. You will need to provide the URL to SilkCentral Test Manager and provide your username and password. It will then download any packages you have for execution. In this case, I only have one package that has one test. This test currently is set as not executed. If there are any attachments with this test definition, they would be listed under the Attachments tab. So now let's start executing this manual test. We'll do that by clicking on the Execute button. From here, I can see the description of the test. I have access to the steps of this test and any attachments that go along with this specific test. In this case, I have an image that lets me see what the website should look like that I am testing. So as I begin, I can step through these tests, and by clicking into the status, I can change their statuses. As I am completing these steps, if I needed to perhaps capture a screenshot of this specific test, I can hit the print screen button on my keyboard, which will copy a screenshot to my clipboard. If I click in the Result Files tab, we have an option of Paste Image that will grab the screenshot off of my clipboard and will put it into SilkCentral for the results. Now, as I am completing my tests, I can also give results for each step along the way. Once all of the steps are set to pass, the test definition will automatically change to the passed status. If I need to log another issue, I can click on the New Issue button, which will launch SilkCentral and allow me to create an issue that is associated with this test execution. If I have more tests, I can click on the Next Test button to take me to my next test during my execution. Once I'm finished, I'll click on the Finish Run button. This will complete my test and will allow me to upload the results to SilkCentral. Now the package of manual tests has been uploaded successfully, and I am finished. Back within SilkCentral, if I were to refresh the current executions, you will notice that the manual test that I was working on is now completed. This concludes getting started with the manual testing client for SilkCentral Test Manager.